He enters the game.
You know, Harmon really reminds me kind of a, I hate to put it like this, but kind of a poor man's Coffeyville in a way. Fast, kind of have the same jerseys.
A lot of similarities.
Trying to use some speed.
Second free throw is off the mark, no good. They're going to call a jump ball, I believe. Possession arrow to the Dragons on the rebound. I didn't see what happened. Online video is back up and running, I believe. It is. Libby's got us all taken care of. Earning her paycheck tonight. Right side, they get it. Turnbull, another entry pass from Turnbull to Underrecker. This time Cheatham blocks his shot. He tries to save it back out, except throws it right to DU, who goes up and scores it.
That's why you always tell your players never save it underneath your own basket. It never ends up being good.
Driving to the hoop. B.J. Hurd is fouled on his way to the basket. He loves the double clutch layup. Underrecker misses, gets his own rebound after the tip, and puts it back in to give the Dragons a 21-10 lead.
And you jinxed them because now they're going back to the free throw line.
B.J. Hurd hits the first.
In the game for Pittsburgh, number 0, Adrian Scroggins, and number 2, Chase Curtis.
That was the second foul called on Marquis. Hurd hit the first, the second on the way. It swishes as well. 21-12 to score now. 5:48 to play. Underrecker, right side, drives baseline, draws the defense, kicks it up cross court to Rogers. Down low to Harris, who has it stripped, and it's just a crazed mess here, as I believe it changed possession 3 times in 10 feet, and now they're going to say it was out of bounds. Last touch by Pittsburgh. It'll be Harmon basketball.
Underrecker was standing out of bounds, came back in, and he was the first one to touch it. You can't do that. You got to let somebody else do it.
Mad scramble. I couldn't even hardly keep up with it. It's Harmon basketball. The Hawks have it down 21-12. Johnson has it stolen away, intended for Tiller. Sherrick Rogers to the hoop, draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
He's got to do a better job of trying to finish that and getting an and-one situation, but he did a pretty good job of shielding him, still getting the shot up, so go to the free throw line, earn these 2, he'll be a happy man.
Drevante Tiller.
At the line, number 3, Sherrick Rogers.
Called for the foul. Sherrick Rogers goes to the line to shoot 2. I agree with you, though. You got to be able to be in control when you get to the basket. I think he was anticipating, kind of like in football, you heard some footsteps coming over the middle.
My girls do that a lot, so I'm not really one to talk.
I was covering wrestling Friday night as you wrapped up the regular season against Columbus with the wins. Nice to get on a little momentum.
Oh, yeah.
Win there.
Absolutely. We need to get back into a rhythm again.
Down the other way. Shot blocked inside by the Dragons. They'll go to the hoop. That's Harris, no good. The putback from Curtis is off the mark. He'll try it again, can't get it. Now the Dragons grab the rebound and reset. Poke from behind, stolen by Hurd. They get it back up to him, and he lays it in off the glass and good.
That was a quick move right there for a finish.
B.J. Hurd. Rogers split the pair, noobs. I apologize. It is 22-14. They get it to the high post. Dylan Underrecker, a little high arching shot from the right elbow. Hits it. 24-14 is the score.
Oh. That's a senior leadership play right there. At one end, Dylan hits the shot. The next end, he comes down here and takes a charge. That's why he is so fun to watch. He's one of my favorite players. I enjoyed watching him even when I wasn't in Pittsburgh. So just a great kid right there making a great play.
Tiller charged with the offensive foul, his second, team 6th. Turnbull back in, Masseth in. Also the freshman, Jarek Butcher. Although at this point in the postseason, I don't know if I can keep referring to him as the freshman. At this point, you got to be a sophomore in terms of experience on the floor. He's played all 20 games for the Dragons this year.
That's right. I once called a girl a rookie her freshman year, and that nickname kind of stuck. She was rookie the next 3 years, unfortunately.
Left wing, Scroggins, as they play against this 2-3 zone. Butcher goes right from Masseth into the corner for Turnbull. A little give and go. Stolen away by the Hawks. Turnover, Pittsburgh High School. Here come the Hawks. Lining up for 3 off one pass. B.J. Hurd, he was the leading scorer, coming in to tonight's contest. 24-17 as the Dragons turn it over once again. It is Hurd on the run out with the layup, and Coach Ross doesn't like what he sees after the 5-0 run. He's going to call a timeout. It'll be a 30-second break. We'll take it with him. Dragons on top with 3:43 to play, 24-19.
CDL offers a comprehensive, proactive maintenance program to keep your business electrical systems running efficiently. Without inspection and proper care, it could be just a matter of time before your operation is damaged and your customers are impacted. You can trust CDL Electric to solve your problems before they happen and supply the parts you need to keep your electrical system in excellent condition. Don't wait until you have to call an electrician. Call the professionals at CDL today. Find them fast at names and numbers. Don't forget you can watch this broadcast live at ESPN1007.com.
We're back, 3:43. I'm communicating with my board op back at the station. Don't be giving me a hard time about
you both
texting.
get on your phones immediately. They take Elijah out of the game for a minute, and they have a little 5-point swing there. Yeah, good timeout by Coach Rolfs.
He's going to sit for a little bit longer as Butcher brings it up the floor. Troy Waymeyer, he's a deadly outside shot, fires a three, no good.
A little more pressure this night.
Here comes the Hawks. They were wanting to slow it down earlier now. Coach asking him to speed it up a little bit more. Dave Gonzalez and both of his coaches up on the sideline. Hurd nearly has it stolen. He spins into the paint. Scoop shot up and good. Boy, that's tough.
That was a pretty move right there. Nothing you can do about that except try to cut off the drive a little bit earlier, which we didn't get done.
Hurd again on the inside. 24-21. They've cut it to three. Waymeyer left side. Back up top for Butcher. Butcher thought about the three. Ball fakes. Puts it on the floor. Goes far side. Scroggins. He's going to pull the trigger. In and out. Rebound backside to Cheatham. Up the floor. B.J. Hurd. Here come the Hawks. Hurd to the rack with the right hand. No good. Rebound tipped on the baseline. It'll say last touch by the Dragons.
The Dragons are doing a good job of setting baseline screens against that zone. They're just not making any of the corner threes. And when you miss that, it's a long rebound, long run out. And Harmon's really had opportunities there to get some points.
Harmon not afraid to pick the cherries either. They are drifted on the shot immediately. 24-21, Harmon with the basketball. That's Johnson. Braylon on the bounce against Sherrick Rogers. Back between the rings. He'll reset the offense. Looking for the high post and Tiller, nothing there. Comes near side. Brendan Hill. Hill to Tiller. Tiller back to Hill, right side, drives baseline, draws contact, fires up a shot, no good. Rebound Turnbull. Here come the Dragons. Over to Sherrick Rogers off the glass. This time he finishes.
That's how you finish. Good play.
Did a great job of using his body, goes up with the right hand, away from it, and lays it softly off the glass. 26-21. Tiller the other way. Draws contact once again. DU sets his feet and draws the charge. That's back-to-back charges called on Drevante Tiller.
Oh, he's fired up about that too. It's good to see him go.
When he gets going, watch out. He is the heart and soul of this team. Everybody else feeds off of the energy DU plays with.
Absolutely. He may be the heart and soul of the school from time to time.
I wouldn't doubt that one bit. Back in the lineup, Elijah Harris, the lefty guard, goes right side into the corner. That's Adrian Scroggins. Scroggins puts it on the floor one time, picks it up, gets it to Rogers. Back to Elijah. He's going to launch the triple, not exactly his forte. And on the rebound, a push-off called on Sherrick Rogers. Tiller called for his third personal. He's sitting down over with Coach Gonzalez right now.
It was actually on Scroggins that time, but...
was it Scroggins called for it? I think they both shoved him on the rebound.
It was a pretty good push either way.
Adrian called for the personal foul. The Harmon Hawks have it right side. B.J. Hurd. Hurd on the right wing for Hill. Hill fires the three, no good. Rebound controlled by Turnbull. Scroggins, right side, he stepped on the sideline. Boy, you got to know where you're at on the floor. Turnover, Pittsburgh High School.
A couple of possessions there where we go empty. Really have to get something out of it. Drop back in that 2-3 zone, make them shoot on the top, though, see if we can't get a run out here.
Pittsburgh High has settled on some outside jumpers the last couple of possessions. I think they need more touches in the paint. Right side, Hurd goes all the way underneath the basket, gets it up top for Johnson. Braylon to the basket, shot up, hangs on the rim and good. Braylon Johnson connects, cuts it to three. 60 seconds remaining as Adrian Scroggins couldn't get the ball on the floor quick enough in transitions, called for the walk.
Foul, turnover stepping on the line, turnover travel, and that's why Curtis is coming back into the game for Scroggins.
Chase will play on the post in the 2-3 zone. Pittsburgh High is very adept at switching defenses up. They've been working the zone these past couple of possessions. Into the corner, Cortez Washington up top for Hill. Hill has it, ball fakes the three, drives, and he walked. Turnover. And something that every official sees is the little ball fake.
No, you take it. No, you take it. Who wants to score next?
23 points for the Hawks. 26, Pittsburgh High has it with 41 seconds remaining. Near side, Chase Curtis into the corner for Dylan Unterrecker. Back on the wing, they'll rotate right side. Harris with it is in his hands against the 2-3. They try to get it into the hands of Unterrecker. They do. His jumper from 12, right side, no good. Rebound to the Hawks. It's Hill up the sideline, loses it out of bounds. A turnover back to Pittsburgh. Coach Gonzalez frustrated on the sideline. They're going to bring in Troy Waymeyer, another outside shooter, for an opportunity here with 19 seconds to extend their lead going into the half.
I don't know if he's mad about a foul or if he's mad at his player for just going to the side too long.
He may be mad because I think they have 13 turnovers here in the first half. Harris elevates, hangs, shot no good. Rebound underneath Cortez Washington.
He almost traveled again too.
Back the other way, whistle and a foul on the floor before the shot. B.J. Hurd. It'll be Hawks basketball underneath. Let's see who they got. Troy Waymeyer, guilty of this one.
Not too bad of a foul. Slowed down their transition. They still have, 3 more until they're in the bonus. So
4.6 seconds left. Highly unlikely you're going to put him on the line.
Exactly.
Hill to Johnson. 2 seconds. Braylon puts a 3 up in front of Adrian Scroggins, and he banks it in. We're tied at the half after the bank 3 from Braylon Johnson. Wow. Right in the face of Adrian Scroggins. You can't defend it much better. We're going to take 2 minutes and come back with the halftime show, SEK Urgent Care halftime show, right after this. We're tied at 26.
PhelanLawFirm.com.
Were you hurt on the job?
PhelanLawFirm.com.
Were you injured in an auto accident?
PhelanLawFirm.com.
Fighting for your Social Security disability benefits?
PhelanLawFirm.com.
When accidents happen, when life takes an unexpected turn, when you need help the most, will you remember where to turn? The law office of William L. Phelan at
PhelanLawFirm.com.
Built on small-town charm and friendship over 50 years ago, Crestwood Country Club continues to evolve, expand, and grow still today. Come see why Crestwood Country Club continues to be the area's best entertainment value. At Crestwood Country Club, family comes first, offering a variety of holiday and social events designed for everyone to enjoy. Start your new year right with a membership at Crestwood Country Club. You can visit them online for more information, countryclub@crestwood.com.
Who's more important, football fans? The offensive coordinator or the defensive coordinator? Neither. It's the party food coordinator. Ultimate Choice Catering is your best hire for party food coordinator this season. Blitz them first with strip pit chicken, pulled pork, or rib, or use a little play action with the hot wings, brisket, or rigatoni. If your guests are just grazing a little at halftime or during the game, you can audible the smoked or garlic sausage bits, sweet onion or pepper dip, or their unique smoked chicken dip. Call Ultimate Choice Catering at 620-249-9858 or email Joe Clark at joeclark@sbcglobal.net. No order is too big or too small for the coaching staff at Ultimate Choice Catering.
Watco Companies has been a member of the Pittsburgh community since 1983. Now a national freight transportation provider, Watco serves customers in 26 states by offering transportation, mechanical, and transload services. Whether transporting potatoes from Idaho, replacing rail cars in Iowa, or transloading rock in Alabama, Watco will never forget their roots because there's no place like home. Watco supports Pittsburgh community athletics and wishes all area teams the best of luck.
Don't forget you can watch this broadcast live at ESPN1007.com.
Aaron Emershak, Eric Flayton back here at the SEK Urgent Care halftime show. SEK Urgent Care located on the corner of Centennial and Broadway in Pittsburgh, Kansas. The physicians at SEK Urgent Care are dedicated to providing excellent medical care in a rapid, caring, and courteous manner to walk-in patients 7 days a week, including evenings. And we are tied at the half. It's been a game of runs. The Dragons opened up early. Here comes Harmon, and then back and forth they went as the Pittsburgh Purple Dragon dance team in a nice show of support. Derek Brumbaugh, tragedy struck Pittsburgh High School Sunday as the senior was killed in a car accident, and they all had shirts. He was a big baseball guy, looked like the Royals, so his initials on the front, number on the back. Coach, being here for the past couple of days, what's the atmosphere been like with the tragic loss of Derek?
Well, it's been hard for the student body. I can't speak too much. I didn't know Derek, but I do know that the way people have responded, he touched a lot of lives, and that's what you got to care about. And my basketball girls were pretty upset. In fact, I can look across the court right now and see a couple of them upset based on that dance that was a tribute to Derek. And you really got to feel for these kids that it's hard to understand tragedy. It's hard to understand why, but the great thing is Mr. Bishop, our principal, Destry Brown, our superintendent, they've done an excellent job of bringing in the crisis team. They've done an excellent job of bringing in people to help out these kids, and I feel like they're getting the help they need. And every day it gets a little bit better, and every day there's a little bit more of a healing process, but he'll always be in everybody's hearts here.
A tough situation, a nice tribute here. I believe services will be Monday for him, and it's all across the community. It's touched us in the radio world. He was the brother-in-law to Trent Kling, who does a lot of our broadcasts. So it's amazing the outreach to the small community. Pittsburgh, 20,000 people, you'd think you may not know everybody, but there's always that 6 degrees of separation, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the Brumbaugh family, the Pittsburgh High School Purple Dragon family as well. We're at the half here, 26-26, and as I said, a game of runs. What did you see there in that first half?
Well, just a little bit of Pittsburgh. They wanted to play fast with them, but they kind of sped themselves up just a little bit too much from time to time. And those turnovers, 3 consecutive turnovers in a row, a couple runs here and there allowed Harmon to get back into it. If they can just maintain just a little bit more patience, there's not an answer for DU. He's unbelievable in there. There's no answer for him. So if they can find a way to keep getting the ball, and Coach Gross will, you start over 0-0. There's nothing lost. There's nothing too much game. You just got to feel each other out a little bit and go from there. So there'll be adjustments made, and we'll have a pretty good second half, I feel.
I like when the Dragons play fast-paced, but you can't just play that tempo offensively. You've got to play the transition defense as well, because Harmon's coming right back at him. I think too many transition buckets off of those turnovers. As I'm looking at points off of turnovers, it's even, actually 7-7. Harmon is losing the turnover war because they've given it up 13 times. Pittsburgh High just with 9. Let's run through the first half stats brought to you by Monica Kellogg CPA. Personal and small business tax preparation, along with a variety of other accounting practices, are all available at Monica Kellogg CPA. Call today, 235-0920 to set your appointment. That's 235-0920 for Monica Kellogg CPA LLC. We'll start with the Harmon Hawks. They are led by B.J. Hurd. He has 13. Braylon Johnson goes for 11 in the first half. Cortez Washington with 2. So kind of a two-man show for the Hawks in the early going. Pittsburgh High has spread it out as they've got 7 in the scoring column. DU leads the way with 8. 4 each from Rogers and Scroggins. 3 from Marquis English, as well as Chase Curtis. Both of those coming on the old-fashioned three-point plays. And then 2 from Harris and Dalton Massif. I love seeing the variety in there. That tells me everybody's crashing the glass, everybody's getting involved and getting the touches offensively, but I think that you got to get it inside a little bit more. We have an unbelievable two-man punch with Marquis, who can play a little bit more on the edge as a big, and the high-low game with him and Dylan Unterrecker. We'll see what adjustments are made. We'll talk about him a little bit more after this 2-minute timeout here on the SEK Urgent Care halftime show. We'll be back and talk about maybe some potential adjustments that are made. The Dragons coming out of the locker room. Harmon's still in there, but we'll be back in 2 minutes.
March is here and it's time to save some green at Pittsburgh Ford with up to $5,750 in rebates available on the all-aluminum body 2015 Ford F-150 XLT. Or check out the 2016 Ford Escape. You can save up to $2,000 with available rebates on select models. Stop by the lot or see the selection online at pittsburgh-ford.com. Some rebates may require financing through Ford Motor Credit. See dealer for details. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Pittsburgh for you, very special to us.
What's more important than your family? Your business? Your retirement? Nothing's more important, and that's why you need Dittman Insurance. They have agents that can help you protect what matters most. Dittman Insurance can offer you customized policies through a choice of insurance companies. You know what's important to you. Let Dittman Insurance help protect it. Dittman Insurance would like to thank the players and coaches for their hard work and dedication this season.
Jim Riddell Construction has been dedicated to providing quick and efficient construction services to the Midwest since 1968. Operating primarily in Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma, Jim Riddell Construction specializes in fiber optics and trenchless technologies, such as inside and outside splicing, pipe bursting, horizontal directional drilling, and large diameter pipelines. Jim Riddell Construction, proud supporter of area athletics.
Hi there. This is Agent Access with Commerce Bank, and I'm always working behind the scenes to make banking more convenient. That's why we help you manage your kids' spending with a reloadable prepaid Visa My Spending card. It's why we have more than 375 smarter ATMs in convenient locations. It's why we issue your debit card